When you look at the issue, the situation in Ferguson that I think shocks the entire state, how does this law begin to affect some of the core causes that brought some of those issues on earlier in the year?
Well, I think I think there's been a breakdown in some ways because some of these municipalities, particularly near North County, I mean, Calverton Park, for example, derives over 2/3 of its revenue from traffic tickets. And when that interaction between a police officer and citizens is in that context, and then people feel like they're not being treated justly in that municipal court system, it does lead to a breakdown of trust sometimes. But I will also tell you, I am also encouraged by the support of the people that I've talked to in law enforcement. A lot of the police officers, they did not go to the police academy to write these traffic tickets so some city manager can meet budget that year. They went into law enforcement so that they can do the things that they believe in, community policing. And I think this would free up more time for those officers to spend more of their time developing those relationships in the community and, again, reestablishing some of that trust. But at the end of the day, this is also about the size and scope of government and how much it's taking in a backdoor way, quite frankly, from its citizens.
You know, Ferguson's been on a lot of people's mind throughout the state, especially in St. Louis. Earlier in the month, the MHDC allocated some tax credits to begin some development in North County that's much needed, and they received a lot of praise over your proposal. What else can be done in the legislative session to help try to address some of these issues and kind of a more fair government?
Well, I think we need to have broader and better economic opportunities. I think that we need to continue, as chair of the Economic Committee, I'm committed to trying to do everything we can to move our economy forward. I do think that there are a lot of things that we can do. But I think a central issue also, one thing that we tried to tackle last year, and we did pass a bill, a bipartisan bill, to, for the first time in a long time, really take a good hard look at our education system. It's not a one-size-fits-all approach. It's rather to say that, you know, in some of the urban school districts that have been deemed to be unaccredited, there ought to be some different options available for those students so that they can succeed, that they do have real opportunity. And I am hopeful that we can work in a bipartisan way to get that done. We are waiting for the governor to chime in here. He's given really no input, no leadership on this issue, but we'll continue to keep it front of mind. I think as we look at how we can improve the conditions all across this state, but specifically in an area like North County, I think education's a key.